Hi, welcome to Disco Elysium, part 26. The nightclub is up and running, we've been having some fun times there. Also some scary times, when we try to investigate the 2mm hole in the world. We still don't know what the heck happened, but I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Found a dead body, so we have another case to do, so we need to get back to Kim's kinema, his motor carriage, and call the precinct, or dispatch, I guess, and just tell him about it. And we're also gonna talk to Joyce, see if we can't get Kim to step aside while we talk to her about the Pale, because he does respect us and he does trust us, so
You're
maybe.
back. Good. What can I help you with?
Just maybe. Questions about reality?
More lessons in basic reality?
Yes.
My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Can we ask Kim to step away because... Let's see.
Is what you want to do. But should you? He expressly stated you shouldn't hear about it. What if it renders you mad? Or catatonic? Or makes you lose your memory again?
But I need to know about the Pale, because without knowing about the Pale, we can't do something in the church that I can't really remember right now. But it was important, because I had a -10 modifier, because I didn't know about the Pale. Oh well, I guess we'll go back here once Kim is asleep.
Yes?
Never mind.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Yes, bye-bye. So, that didn't happen. Like I said, I guess we go back here once Kim is asleep. After 9. After we have had our talk with him then. Let's see, have we found a...
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Ah, suggestion 0. Very low. Kim's presence makes it awkward, of course. But we have scouted the coast now, so we have seen a few places we can go on a date, like the newly established nightclub. What else did we need to do? We need to find a tape with a banging tune for Egghead, so he can remix it into his Van Eyck mix and make it better. For that, we need to go to the hawker across the pawn shop. So I guess that's where we're going. So we're going to the pawn shop, then we're going to the kinema to call in about the new case. Or were we just gonna call the library? Because I tried to call the library from a payphone, but they didn't allow us. Anywho, you got any good mixtapes?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
The street vendor assures you. Hey, quick question. Do you sell any tapes?
Tapes? You mean like music tapes? No, music is out.
Aim it.
Don't listen to music. I sell extremely cool sunglasses if you want to get your mojo going.
Key points at the shoddy box on the left. Damn, well, alright, do you have any idea whatsoever where I could find tapes? Maybe in the pawn shop.
Tapes? Tapes are everywhere. They're worthless. Kids throw them in the trees. There's one in the bushes, right behind this lorry.
Oh, really?
No one would ever throw a good pair of high-quality plastic sunglasses in the bushes, mister.
His smile widens. You would be surprised at what people throw away out in nature. There's a tape in one of the bushes right behind the lorry?
You should have a look. It's better than nothing.
Well, thank you. This bush? Looks more like a tree to me, but, sure.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze.
Good hawthorn.
Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan, mankind, be vigilant.
Wrong game, but we're gonna be vigilant anyway.
You tree-hugging pansy.
Oh, shut up. All trees need a good pat now and then, considering how bad we treat them.
The bronze ribbon twists around and within the branches in an intricately natural pattern. But there's something.
What do my eyes see?
There's a twisted logic in this mess. You see the ends of the ribbon, the way it flows, how it twists and turns. It's all starting to make sense. It'll be easier to remove now.
Good. But can we actually remove it? 72% chance. The multi-tool is truly multi. Okay. Tape release calculations.
With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches.
Nice. Oh, do I still have the empty reel tape, or did I pawn that? Because I remember I had an empty reel tape. Shoot.
It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape.
What's the tape for?
The lieutenant looks at the mess in your hands, which is currently in my pocket, I think. Yes. Only after you've successfully cleaned up the branches does the curiosity get him. Now, it's for Egghead. I promised to make his Van Eyck jam a little bit harder. Maybe this tape can help.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I'd think at least one of the ravers would know how to fix a broken tape, if they want to set up a nightclub.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
He looks at his wristwatch a little impatiently.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Okay, leave. But, but do I still have the empty reel? I do! I have an empty cassette tape. The bronze-colored tape was found in the branches of hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain. It gleams whenever a ray of sun hits the surface. So, since we have that, and we have the mess of a tape, and we have an actual empty cassette tape, maybe we can have it fixed. Because this ain't no point-and-click adventure where you can just pick that one, put it on that one, and voila, everything is fixed, even though we have a multi-tool. I'm back, Roy.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Hey, do you know how to fix this mess?
You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but...
Great! Could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty... worthless.
Wait, but you tinker with film tapes all the time. Isn't that kind of the same?
No, it's different. Those film tapes actually mean something to me. But this is just a worthless bundle of old tape.
Worthless? It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh? What do you mean?
He slowly taps his finger on the counter. Do you perchance know that old church down the coast that-a-way?
Yes. What about it?
I helped some young ravers turn the place into a smashing nightclub. Disco Elysium, we call it. And they play these weird beats there, which I call anodic music.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is, even though I kinda like it. There's nothing to it. No bass. It just go zoot, zoot, zoot. But this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You know, I do have a lot of real now. I can actually pay you for your services. I don't expect you to do this for free, you know?
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the clock. Wait, this took more than just a few moments. That was at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Respooling isn't that difficult. Although I had to mend the tape in a few places.
Ah.
Anyhow, it's yours now.
He slides the tape closer to you on the countertop. Well, thank you very much for the help.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay.
No, we have completely decided to not take any responsibility at all. La responsibility has been thrown out on its ass. But thank you. Well, that was easy. Can we go back to the church from here? I guess not. I guess we need to run to the Martinez water point, which is kind of... let's do the kinema thing while we're still here, because we can fast travel from this point.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Yes, pick up the radio.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library. After we report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment.
You can hear her shuffling through some papers.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Sure, it's an unidentified middle-aged man, height between 170 and 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
I didn't see the vomit, but I trust Kim.
Any signs of violence?
No, it seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
She repeats.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
Yes, he was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
Yes, it's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejean.
Good. You have a lead.
I do.
Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We are taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue.
Thank you.
That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes, please do connect me to the Jamrock Public Library, which I believe should be closed now because I think they were open between 9 and 6.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Even worse.
We should try again during business hours.
Yes.
Anything else, Detective?
How about you connect me to the 41st again? Let's see what kind of shenanigans we can do there.
Just a moment, officer.
We can at least tell them I found my badge.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
I am happy to report that I have found my badge, Jules.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer?
No. Electrochemistry. This might sound odd, but there's personal details I would like to discuss.
10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to give a negative to request for personal information. Over.
You mean you can't tell me anything about me? But I'm me!
10-4. Orders are still orders. Anything else? Over.
10-10. Over.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
With those words, the cabin becomes silent again, the radio microphone resting on its hook. Fine, I guess we'll run our fingers over one of the steering levers because I'm getting kinda annoyed that they're a different color.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
Which only reminded me about the things we had to sell to pay for the damages. I should hopefully get enough real to pay Kim back for that, or even better, maybe buy them back if I can. I don't remember if I could. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Alright, close the door. And since we're here, we're gonna go back to the fisherman shacks. And then we're gonna run right over to the church. Welcome once again to Disco Elysium. Now let's see. We have a tape. I haven't actually listened to it. Maybe I should have listened to it first. The bronze-colored tape found in the branches of a hawthorn tree has been reconstructed into a usable reel of magnetic tape. It's pretty fragile and in an odd format which doesn't fit into any portable tape players. Nevertheless, Egghead will be stoked. Stratosphere, Cannoneer, music severe, you didn't miss here, this is the premiere.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Medium car, he waves his hands in the air and the words echo magnificently throughout the nave. Whoa, that was a crazy sound we heard before.
Yeah! It was awesome! And scary! Very hardcore!
His voice booms through the chamber and then gets silent.
Too hardcore, in fact! I couldn't control it! At all!
He brushes his hand through his hair, which you can't see in the portraits. What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme!
Extreme!
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
I like where your head is at, physical instrument. Is there anything we can do about it?
Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the future could make.
Sounds like the future could be even more hardcore than I ever imagined.
Yeah!
I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up Ake's jam.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
He clicks a switch, the tape starts spinning.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
His face is lit up with delight.
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
What you mean?
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Ready. Ooh.
Wow! Here's that? The signs match perfectly!
They really do. That sounded awesome.
Now if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
You're right. It's quite uncanny how well it all goes together. Something else must be going on here. Fate is intervening to give us the hardest core mixtape.
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam? That would explain why it fits so well.
Most likely wouldn't be the first time a musician did something like that.
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just threw away part of his song because he thought it wasn't good enough.
Van Eyck in Martinez?
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
He nods to his friend behind the turntables.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gotten this far, if he didn't have any talent. So I agree with Noid. It's just luck and Egghead's incredible mixing skills.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits. Bring up the volume.
Thought gained, Arno Van Eyck.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Andre looks back at you. Do I have any ideas for the bass?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
Yes, it does. It's a nice beat, even with the melodic parts in, but it does need more bass.
I think you might know the answer.
Yes. What if we use that crazy sound assault from Suna's experiments, but tamed it, made it pulse?
But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
Yep, sure, but we needed to go hyper. Ultra's decent, but hyper is better.
But it could be hyper hardcore.
Hyper hardcore. We need more information. Maybe we can talk to Andre. Also, what's this thought we gained, Arno Van Eyck? The question won't leave you. Why did the melody line from a broken and discarded tape fit perfectly into a song played by some speed freaks in a frozen tent? Can it be coincidence? Maybe it's the hand of the man-machine himself in his attempt to craft a perfect song. Maybe Egghead is actually Arno Van Eyck in disguise. Eyck? Egg? Yes, we've already... Through talking with Egghead, he was an Achehead, thus Egghead. Also, we are just one Encyclopedia entry away from being able to unlock a new slot and actually internalize a thought. So maybe we can... Oh. They actually added it to the music. Ooh. Yes, it does fit very well. I thought we were done with the church, but no, we're far from done. We gotta find the very best hyper beat for Disco Elysium. In Disco Elysium.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance!
The god of dance! He dances over to you, moving in a slightly less tame manner. Never mind.
Goodbye, officer.
Can I coax some, something from... Hardcop. She nods to you with respect and turns off her recording device. That's it for now. I need reaction speed and empathy and everything. How about Noid?
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
He drops a bolt into his toolbox. I wanted to talk some more about this place, actually.
Dead body, spirit entered. What is there to talk of?
Let's talk about the glasswork again. I've been thinking about her.
The mass murderer? Why?
But she's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. Seeing her glass cutters and iconographers, you set the standard, alright. Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
I mean, yes, people long ago did kind of want their artists to paint them more beautifully. Can't really do that these days, you know, photos everywhere. We do, well, not we, but a lot of people try to hide their flaws with makeup. Too much makeup. They shouldn't, really. Let's all reveal our flaws. We're all beautiful. But it's also very soft of core, that so-called beauty of hers. Yeah, you're right. I like it harder core.
In the true life of tomorrow, every woman will be an innocence. They will wear neon headbands and leggings, and they will glow in the dark.
His eyes smile enigmatically. But what if they don't want to wear leggings? What if they want to wear sweatpants or shorts or nothing at all? Are you gonna force them to wear leggings and neon headbands?
Oh my living God, it's there. Suddenly you feel like you need to plummet into it. Look away. Say something.
I do feel there's something pretty terrifying about her.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
Keep it. Keep the beautiful sharp shards. Keep her long face and her hair. If nothing else, for, like I've said before, for the historical and cultural significance. Can't just tear things down because you don't like it. I mean, if it's placed in a, in lack of better terms, bad place, like kind of in the middle of a plaza somewhere and kind of made out to be glorified, then sure, take it down, put it elsewhere, put up something else, but you know, don't destroy it. Don't destroy history. We need our history, no matter how freaking dirty it is, because human history is very, very dirty. But we need it to learn from it, so we don't do stuff like that again. So keep it.
The speed freak's eyes narrow with suspicion, as if he's looking at a man possessed.
It's not coming down. People are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing. Plus it keeps the cold and the rain out.
Maybe just make sure the shards aren't as sharp, so people don't get cut on them. Injure themselves on it. That would be bad. Isn't she supposed to be an embodiment of the world spirit?
The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit.
He raises his left hand. I mean, yeah, sure, we did speak to the city of Revachol as a spirit. She did not have a body, she had a lot of organs. The city was her organ. It was a very terrifying mental image.
This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are.
But she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
What's your deal with pigs, Noid?
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we're living, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only the Noid. What do I know?
Yo, Noid. Alright. I'm done.
Okay.
The young man appears constantly worried. It's just the way his brows are built. The worry never leaves his face.
Sure.
Take care, Noid. Have you come up with a hypothesis yet, Suna?
Yes, what is it?
I mean, we can... See there? -10. Pale unknown. I need to know that before I form a hypothesis. Is there anything we can investigate then? Because we do get experience from just investigating things. Ooh, see? Green stuff back here. It sounds a little bit weirder here. Because we're kind of in the swallow. But shouldn't it be silent then? Let's take a look at all this weird stuff. Tanks of distilled water. Those Nosa-fed bottles. And a tiny chemistry lab. So they are raring to go and ready to cook some drugs. What about this? Have we gotten all the information we can out of this hole in the mosaic?
Of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass.
Yeah, probably. Huh. What do we need to do in our actual investigation? Return to the Feld mural and consult the wind if you don't know what to do. We tried that and it failed. Other than that, keep searching the coast. Return to Morel in the Whirling with the news. I guess we can do that. Dead body on the boardwalk. Have to wait until tomorrow. Wait. Oh, I thought that said inspect Classier's body, and I was like, what? Haven't done that. Let's travel to Martinez Waterpoint then. Place Morel is supposed to be inside the whirling. Surely we'll get some experience points from the from the completing of quests. And there are these two assholes. Are you supposed to be Gary?
Boy, am I ever so grateful to you, officer. But I'm not the only one who wants to thank you.
He nods towards Lena. Yeah, sure, because I remember this portrait, and this portrait looks nothing like you. I'll talk to her then. Morel, I'm gonna talk to you.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
I guess I'll talk to Lena then. I just wanted to complete a quest, a task.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
She handed me a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull. Silver bird? Didn't Asel say she was a silver bird?
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
Like not like a spider. They probably have more. No, they do have 8 eyes. Some of them, don't they? Some species of spider have 8 eyes, and it's creepy.
You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
But first, unlock a thought. Then we're gonna internalize Arnovan Ake soon, because we get +1 interfacing from it, and actually gonna game the game a little bit. I think it's fine. I don't think we'll stand here 50 minutes. We're gonna internalize this thought. I'll actually go back to Egghead right away instead. We can talk to her about the plasmids and clips later. Why did I travel to the fisherman's shacks when I can just travel to the church? Stupidity in motion. Okay, so we have one more point in interfacing now. Maybe that gives us more than a 7 or 8% chance.
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
Do and pray.
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to make something up anyway.
Whereof one cannot speak, one ought to remain silent.
The young man bobs his head to the music, much as before.
Right, okay, so gonna put more points into interface later on then. But generally, I think we're kind of done with the coast for now, as in for this day. Just see if we can't spend some time here talking to Lena and Morel and them, and then talk to Kim. And then once Kim goes to bed, we can go talk to Joyce about the pail. Screw these guys. So, Lena?
Oh, hello, sweetie. So nice to see you again.
Maybe she wants to know about the... She can tell us about the cool cryptids.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey, Lena. I would like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
But your husband is back. Do you really need my company now?
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Cryptid extravaganza? I kinda like the sound of that.
And I don't. Just one.
Fine, Dad.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Biggest, tiniest, most dangerous, invisible? Nah. Is this bird a cryptid?
No. It's the cryptid.
Wow. The cryptid?
Oh, yes.
The small silvery skull shines between your fingers, its beak sharp. Okay, I will bite. What is this bird?
The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
12 meters? Fuck, that's huge. Jeez. Until?
Mutation. All of evolution is a mutation.
Yes, it is. Until? And the benign mutations are the ones that get passed on in the genes and genetic heritage and everything like that. Kind of like how some people, mostly Eurasians, Western Eurasians at least, have learned to handle dairy and stuff without being we're better with the whole lactose intolerance thing. I guess that's something that's passed on. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Who knows? But evolution is generally mutation, beneficial mutations, yes. But until
it was cited by renowned Gotvaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
At least it's not Uwe Ball.
This renown seems a bit dubious. Your own catalogue comes up completely empty. But, of course, you are not all-knowing.
I need to hear about this sighting.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plottenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm.
That's a crap ton of names I cannot place or anything, so they are just going in here and out here. Okay, and Oamrau is...
The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert. An ancient riverbed completely dried up.
The Erg Desert. Yeah, that's flown so far out this ear, it's over there somewhere. What happened?
Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus.
And why haven't man set foot there in over 1,000 years? I would think archaeologists and historians would be all over it. Especially if it's 1,000 years since its fall.
He was lost, without any navigation equipment, and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan.
Lost. No navigation equipment. Probably stressed. Desperately low on water. Maybe slightly dehydrated. Probably very hungry. The desert. Yeah, maybe he saw a vulture or something and it appeared to be way bigger than it was because stress-induced hallucination.
Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uva got there, the Teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
And I guess I'm betting it was so picked clean the bones have been bleached white from the sun, from long exposure to the sun. I'm being overly critical, aren't I? He was following it?
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plottenkalk followed the Teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to rest.
Uh-huh.
The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist.
Now remember, this is a bird with a wingspan of 12 frickin' meters. It's a huge bird, and he's holding a rock in his fist and thinks he can kill it / knock it out. Something in this story does not add up.
Watch out.
Then the Teratorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird.
And why is that? Pray tell.
The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uva spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
Remember also that he was already desperately low on water, and he was dying from water. He should be dead by now. Yeah, how did he survive to tell the story?
The 8-eyed Teratorn was indifferent to him, as long as he didn't get closer than 2 steps. It even let him feed on some carcasses up there, and the 2 unfertilized eggs it left behind.
Well, that explains that at least. But eating kind of spoiled / rotten meat and unfertilized eggs, probably only, An 8-eyed, mind-controlling bird? Come on.
Yes, way, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrao is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
Well, chase your dreams. Go for it.
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
Yes, it's a cool story. I mean, we have found living fossils. I think, wasn't it the coelacanth we found that we thought was dead, but then we found it? So we have found living fossils, but being a living fossil and having 8 eyes and the largest bird ever since the dinosaurs and does mind control, yeah. Entertaining story, but that's all it is.
He's sincere. He likes the audacity of it.
So that was the last anyone ever saw of it?
Sadly, yes. But there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Il Mara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Could be coincidence and forgings. Lords know we have had plenty of fossil forgings in our days. But let's get back to the story.
Not really. It's just stylization. The way they drew eyes. It's not a zoological drawing.
Yeah, from myths and legends and stuff.
Very, very hard.
No, it isn't. Mean heralds, not heralds, but heraldics and tabards and emblems and stuff, they have chimeras and dragons and stuff, and, you know, yeah.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids. So, what else do you want to know?
But they make for fun stories. Are we gonna go on, despite Kim telling us only one? What's the biggest cryptid?
That would be the giant of Kokonur.
She says, as if it's common knowledge.
The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
Wait, what do you mean strange light?
Mirage or psychogenous luminance.
She does not elaborate the nature of this luminance further. A strange light and a mirage, but isn't a mirage basically what you see, like if we go back to the aforementioned desert, when you think you see something that isn't really there? And just how big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Okay, that would have been discovered. Is it dangerous?
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Pooh. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
Yes, what he says. Except, you know, dinosaurs.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support.
Yeah, but it's, even if it did exist, it doesn't exist right now. It would have been seen and discovered and probably have slaughtered a lot of people because someone would have tried to take it down and it would have probably killed them.
There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
So yeah, that's basically just the common thing of believing in something without having evidence for it, and then finding evidence or hypotheses or theories to make sure that what you believe in seems more true.
Gravity anomaly? Dig in it. Dig in this parascientific stuff right here.
It is very fun to read about though, or listen to. That make fun stories. What's the tiniest cryptid?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Right, okay, we can move on for now. I'm not gonna renege on my promise. We did get 2 cryptids out of it, at least. I guess the bird thing didn't count.
He nods approvingly.
That's all for now, ma'am. Can we talk to you now?
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a gruff pat on the shoulder.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So, have you noticed anything off about your friend Gary?
No. No, of course not. Why?
Are you sure?
Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip, more so than usual. That's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
He doesn't want to say it, but this is unusual. Gary's been to the jungle with him, to places way more challenging than the coast. Why so eager to go home?
Because he's wearing a piece of the ceramic armor underneath all of that crap. We know it, we just don't have the skills to actually confirm it. So, I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay.
And one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yep, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
He rubs his chin.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Already spinning theories to make sure it fits with what she believes.
Of course, more clever.
The detective whispers to himself.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Just don't get lost in your fantasies there, okay? Just keep doing what you're doing, it doesn't harm anyone.
Another trip to the reeds.
We're actually gonna cheer them on, if nothing else to make sure that Gary doesn't get away from here, because we're not done with you. Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter this phasmid.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay?
He misinterpreted my words.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
What really happened with that trap?
Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
But who the hell would steal a bunch of locusts? Maybe someone who's trying to feed their pet snake?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
No buts.
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
We're gonna develop an alternate theory about the missing locusts.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
We've seen 4 children. The son at the Feld mural, the girl in the house where we got the grouse from, and the 2 bastards. Well, not bastards, but the two children playing outside the house. And then we have, of course, we have Shitstain and Shitstain number 2 in the backyard here. But I don't count them.
You should ask the red-headed boy.
No! No! Oh, I don't wanna. I don't want to. Fuck. I think a little asshole named Shitstain may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bags?
You don't remember being a child, do you, Morel?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little dingleberry and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents. My favorite.
It doesn't sound like it's really his favorite. And I agree with him.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Gary?
This is a slippery one. He may respect the law, but mostly wants to pass under the radar. You won't get a chance to talk after you walk out of here.
Okay, so don't walk out of here.
He hasn't been particularly forthcoming before. He may well still be hiding something. After he's left, it's too late.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Convince him to stay around. Stick around.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really. But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
I'll get going. Shit. Gary?
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
Sure it is.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Gary, don't be a racist. I mean, you were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you have a problem with Seolites?
No problem at all.
He flashes an impenetrable smile at the lieutenants. Okay, you were surprised.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
He's a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
I guess we only have a 42% chance before this is all over. Roll the dice.
Okay, he keeps shifting uncomfortably, but you can't make head or tail of this sound. And honestly, it's rude to stare, so stop.
God damn it. How far away am I? Oh, I'm very far away. Gary is gonna get away with this. Damn, is there anything I can do? No. Gary's gonna get away with the piece of armor he's wearing. Maybe we can go talk to Clausier, maybe get some Encyclopedia entrances. That way. Also, nice of the game to warn me about the almost dying from morale damage. Very nice. I don't think it's done that before. So why now? Clausier.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Isn't it? I found your boy. It was empty. Just seawater.
Oh.
Her eyes widen.
Did you take the documents?
No, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
Perhaps the people who were after you took it?
They couldn't know where I put it. I'm absolutely sure I was not followed. And I've told no one but you. You mentioned seawater? I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch. The documents were probably just washed away.
Yeah, but would the documents have been able to get out where the seawater got in? How about we talk to you about your room again?
Yeah?
You have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there.
Thank you. I put a lot of time and effort into it.
I didn't mean it as a compliment, she says without any discernible irony.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
Narcomania is nothing to be proud of, miss. Sure. If it's legal, then it's legal. It was quite impressive. How did you amass such a hoard?
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
The Anti-Star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse.
He mutated into a corpse. The collection includes Nacra, an opioid antagonist.
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
I guess.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
His tone isn't aggressive, just inquisitive.
Better safe than sorry.
She takes a drag and smiles. You seem to have, among other things, Preptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Like?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
Well, that's as far as that goes, then.
Very funky.
She takes a drag, looking you straight in the eye. You know that door over there? Did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator?
I did not. Do you think this has something to do with what happened?
Starting to suspect so.
It's possible.
She keeps looking at the door with a worried expression. The wind ruffles her hair.
It's an old pinball workshop. The room back there, yeah, I mean. This place used to be a pinball arcade.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
Maybe that shook her guard a little bit, and now we go in for, there were tracks on the floor, and they are recent.
Huh. This isn't good.
No, it sure isn't.
She's straight as a stick, suddenly.
That's all for now.
Mm-hmm.
She flicks the ash from her cigarette absent-mindedly.
She's lost in thought. Eyes narrowed. Forehead furrowed.
I have other questions for you.
All right.
That was loud. She takes a long, pensive drag of her Astra Menthol. So let's get back to those lies you told.
Lies?
She repeats, then trails off. It's quite unclear what she intended to say.
Yes, We demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
Do we? Let's turn to Kim. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
Gonna play bad cop, bad cop? Blackmail cop, blackmail cop?
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What if I told you that you're under arrest, Katarzyna Alasie? We're not gonna put her under arrest, but we can tell her.
But I haven't done anything illegal.
She backs up against the railing with a forced smile on her face.
Failure to aid a police investigation.
Huh?
She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case.
No.
Fucking mind games. Enough.
Oh, Half-Light is angry.
That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
How about, you misrepresented information about the case. Without the Hardy's confession, we would know nothing.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Oh, no, let's not arrest her. I'm just trying to scare her and get encyclopedia entries so I get experience points. Let's not arrest her. I don't want to arrest her.
Please, no.
Her eyes become round with fear. She tries to back further off.
But there's nowhere to go. A 2-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
All right, what do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says,
I mean, I don't like scaring her, but if it brings us further into the investigation and gives us more encyclopedia entries, then it's fine.
Gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Oh.
Ruby.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
Okay, but you... I mean... You basically fucked Lily and you fucked a lot of the other Hardy boys, so you could have just had your time with Ruby as well.
What she's saying is... sex.
Sex?
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship.
Ah, okay. Okay, that makes it a little bit more understandable.
When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
Yeah, that definitely paints a bad light. Or paints Ruby in a bad light, I should say.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
He sounds incredulous when he still has the cuffs in his hand.
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
Okay.
And you led her on?
The lieutenant narrows his eyes.
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
She looks at her feet. Maybe? You don't know? Sounds like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
Yes, it is.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs.
She knew, you say?
Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like She had a plan.
She could just be quick-witted, quick-thinking. That's one explanation for it. The other explanation is that she killed him and thought it out. What to do.
That is a little strange. People don't usually keep things together under stress like that.
Some do, but maybe not that common. Unless they be completely emotionally numb, but then she also wouldn't really have fallen in love with Clausier. When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, do you get the feeling that she was threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
She looks through the window of her room. Well, Ruby is allegedly the leader of a drug trafficking ring, so yeah.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Mm-hmm. And how could she have killed him?
You said there was a secret route there, right?
She points to the door that leads to the pinball workshop.
She could have come up through there, then taken this shot, right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Again, yes, but also no. Based entirely on, I think the tracks in there only led to the door and not back. There's the whole thing with the door actually being barred, so we couldn't open it from the outside. Something doesn't track something doesn't track with the tracks. I need to re-examine the tracks.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
The key to it was basically in the bushes outside the window, where a note said it would be. A note in the locked workshop.
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got weird.
Okay, that's it for Ruby.
Okay, and what?
I don't know, Volition.
Arrest the liar now. Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there.
Yeah, she did.
Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful.
Okay, I would be willing to let her off because of their theory. But that beautiful remark, man. Authority. Get your dick in your pants.
She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Do I want to push her more? I guess we can go back and push her more if we don't find any more leads on Ruby, but we'll back off. Or back off completely. Ooh. Yes, okay, I'll keep you here, miss, for now. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
She cradles herself for warmth, and that almost never works.
Something tells you, you will.
Will I now? Let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger.
I didn't really like doing that, but she shouldn't have lied to us so many times. Let's return to this later and see the Van Eyck thought.
Arno van Eyck.
Ike, sorry. Ike.
Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revershaw, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and discarded part of the song he was working on, just threw it away, and then it ended up in the Hawthorn tree. But why? Did he think it was retrograde? It wasn't. Perhaps he caught a glimpse of the future and did not want for it to arrive just yet. Perhaps the city whispered the top line to him, and he was frightened by it.
What the frick is going on here? A man, corpulent, naked man with his ass in the air, lying down here, like his ass in the air, something sucking out of his back. These images are disturbing. There's a two-headed man. Multi-brained thing. A small corpulent thing with a tail butt plug? What the... Okay. Bonuses. All Modric's white chicks unlocked. Reveals Arno van Eyck gig posters in the world. Motorix, eh? So I can go back and try the egghead thing again? Well, the wash basin is in my current shack. I guess a cell reaction speed was unlocked. And egghead interfacing. So, good. Not composure, because you're not Motorix. Yes, you are. But it wasn't unlocked because he has pieced the hell out? Or has he pieced out just because I went upstairs? I was kind of hoping he wouldn't, but he might actually have. I think he has. Back. I thought it meant when I went outside. Well, Gary, well, maybe we'll find him over here then. Somewhere. Where I haven't been, west of the church. But I need to go talk to Shitstain. You know what? I don't feel like talking to the Shitstain now, so we're gonna do that next time. He can just go to hell. He can go to hell and he can die. I don't care about him at all. I thought I was done, but the damn game just pulled me back in and sent me his way. Anyway, leaving this here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please take care of yourself, be kind, and I'll see you next time.